So basically, what happened is I found my wits' end. The end of my wits. I know where that is now. And I don't want to give this game up, and I definitely don't want to walk away out of anger like other people do, and then they make a fucking video about it. Like, you got to make a fucking I'm leaving video. Like, I don't want to be that guy. So I started to think, well, when you didn't have any problem with this game and it was in a bad state, was when you started. And you didn't know the value of speed demon mutation, and you didn't know the value of this, and you had Lone Wanderer, and you were playing by yourself, and you were discovering things, and you were looting things, and you were playing by yourself. You weren't dependent on other people. And I think that was kind of my error, is I got to a point, be it in a private server environment, where I became dependent on the momentum of everybody else. Everybody else was running 90 miles an hour. They were being super considerate. Everybody was sharing loot. And you could do anything you wanted to do, be anything you wanted to be, and you would level extremely fast, but it wasn't necessarily dependent on you. So I could make a build that wasn't like the best build for leveling, and I would still level like crazy. And I think I realized that I put too much expectation into what other people in this game were going to provide for me or give to me. So what I did was I went through and I deleted all of my I don't even know how you can I gotta go out here to show you. What I did was I went through and I deleted all my characters. Mole is uh a mule. Um just has all the legendary stuff that I couldn't part with, that you just can't fucking part with. But that's what's there. And then I used Nova for a name because I wanted a name that means like new beginning, quote unquote. Um, so that's why I went with that. But what I did was I started over from the beginning with nothing. I didn't give myself stim packs. I didn't give myself uh, mutations. I didn't give myself shielded, aligned Under Armor. I didn't give myself nothing. Like, I wanted to put myself back in the spot where I was when I first started, or where anybody would be if they just picked the game up right now today. The only difference is I have 4,700 hours worth of knowledge. And that reminds me of something I want to just address right now, because I've heard a few people where they go to this character page, and I don't know, because it says character, it's fucking Bethesda thought you were only going to have a character. Okay. But everybody comes to this, and then they try to preach like this is the hours for this tune has whatever number. No, your fucking tune doesn't. This Bethesda account has 4,781 hours. This character has about 10. Okay, so we can just clear that up. That this shows the hours you've been in the game, not the hours of your little fucking character. Okay, you got to keep track of that yourself. But I mean, I don't have any. I'm using Lucas Switchblade, a level 10 one, because I was at that event. But I don't have anything special as far as that goes. All my armor pieces are just shit pieces that I found that have dropped to me because I've just been going to everybody's doing neurological warfare, so I just keep going to that, and off that you get a couple 2-3 legendaries every time. And actually, what I've been wanting was Anchor Jace, because that should be able to drop as low as I think level 5. And I'm trying to get a low level one, but now I'm high enough level that it kind of defeats the purpose, I think. The only thing that I did keep, that I passed over to this character just because it's a novelty, is this ring, which is plus 5 AP regen. I don't feel like that changes the game, but it's just something I've had for so long. It's like my lucky ring, so I kept it. This I'll explain to you in a second. But I mean, I don't have crazy, I didn't give myself stim packs. I didn't give myself bobbleheads and magazines and shit like that. No mutations. I am taking advantage of the fact that I've earned all the unlocks, but I'm not spoiling myself. I just have these 3 that I feel are... I mean, this, I always take survival shortcut anyway, where Rads is really convenient when it's a youthful character, because that's just one less thing to have to fucking worry about. And on a new character, this Master Infiltrator, that makes doing story stuff a whole lot better. But I mean, a few things I should hit on, with so many new players in the game, and everybody's, this tip and that tip, and what they don't tell you is the important shit, okay? That what you want to do is come in here to every one of these vendors that's like a faction vendor, okay, like Free States here, and what you want to do is check their notes, right? Because they'll have lining mods, right? Plans for the lining mods for the Under Armours, the casual, the Brotherhood ones, the Marine, so on. You know what I mean? Once you unlock the first 3 tiers, it allows shielded to drop from quests. So if you're level 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, and you buy all of these every time you see them in here, then when the game spools you up to get a drop from an event, it'll be shielded. And then by the time you're level 50 and you're looking to put together your character, you won't only have just a shielded lining from Secret Service you bought because Minerva has it. You'll be able to shield line every armor in the game. That was a big thing. That every character I've ever had, I could always shield line every kind of Under Armour. And I got asked that so many. How do you do that? This is how you do that. You come in here and you buy every fucking one of these that's available until you bought all of them except for shielded, because shielded won't be in these vendors, but all the others will. You buy all these until you've tiered up to the last tier. Then the game will start dropping you shielded. I can get into other tips and teach you how to get the Forest Camo jumpsuit. Is not that fucking hard to get. But the big one right now is this presidential power suit. Because it gives you 2 charisma. And the way that you can do that, nobody seems to know about this, is it's totally at random, right? Some of these things will sometimes you'll be able to get into them. Like this one, if I wasn't in a private server, I would think that was the one that was unlocked and somebody already took the shit. But you always want to come in here and check these, because sometimes you'll be able to loot things. It'll like this. Battered fedora, I can just take that. But next time I come in here, this will all be full and I won't be able to access anything. Or I might be able to access this one. But these blue suits are presidential power suit, right? And they have 2 charisma. I'll show you. It's in my... No, it's on me, right? Yeah, it's on me. This suit has 2 charisma, and it's a perfectly clean suit. Like, there's no stains, no marks. It's beautiful. It's like, what it is, I think, is the suit that the president, Roosevelt or whatever, wears in Starfield. I think they just took this suit and used it, but it's that spotlessly, perfectly clean. So that's how you get that. But what you want to do is come in here and make sure you're buying all the linings. Okay, so then the good linings can drop for you. See, I was in here yesterday and I bought the first tier, so now the second tier is in here for me. But I'll do this for a few days until they won't have any more because I bought all the ones that are buyable. And then throughout the next, I don't know, probably 2 weeks it'll take me, 3 weeks, of just naturally, I'll go to every single event that there's other people at because obviously I can't solo events right now. But any event that people show up at, whether I like it or not, I'll go to it because all these events have a chance to drop local plans for that area of the map. And that's how you get the shielded lining plans. Like, I don't do any specific thing to get them besides this prep work. And then the rest of it just happens as I play the game. You know, and I mean, I don't even know who has what, and some of them don't have any and some do, and you know, so I mean, I can't even tell you that. I can just tell you that what I always do is come in here and scour these vendors, and what I always do is buy that, and what I always do by level to be safe, let's say 100, I always have the shielded linings. I know how to do them. I have them unlocked. So, and I didn't even buy this one because I was in here yapping probably. So just do that. And another thing is, like, you know, I mean, I'm level, what, 12, 15, somewhere in there. And I already have 20,000 caps. Well, Jesus, how did you do that? Like I tell you every time that I talk about it in a video, you bulk material and you put it in your fucking vending machine. And the other thing that really right now is ridiculous, and people will realize the error of their ways soon, and I think they're already starting to. But for a minute, all the rewards from the new area of the map were selling for ridiculous money because people were so overwhelmed to get them before they got them that they would pay anything for them, then go to the event 5 minutes later and it drops for you. But I mean, I was putting Anchorage Aces because I got, I don't know, I think I had 6 or 8 of them. I still have 3 or 4 of them. I was putting them in my vending machine, not this character, but on my other character, I was putting my vending machine for 10,000 caps. And they would literally go to the first person that showed up there and had 10,000 caps. And I mean, I understand that. I mean, not everybody gets a, but I mean, that gun dropped for me a lot. It didn't at first. I was probably 3 days, like, where I was like literally crying that I wanted that gun, and I would have probably paid 4,000 or 5,000 caps for one. But then all of a sudden, I went through a spell where a whole shit ton of them dropped for me in a row. But bulk up junk, and you don't sell shit for what it comes up at. You sell it for cheaper. Like bulk adhesive comes up for, I don't know, 78 or 80 or somewhere in there. I sell it for 65 a pop. Why? Because I have, I don't know, fucking shitty amounts of it. Because that's what one thing that I did pass over was materials, because I really didn't know what they're too fucking awkward. Like this probably took 2 hours to move all this. On a character without any weight carrying perks. But I mean, where's acid? I don't know why I don't see it in there. But like excess adhesive. But I mean, that's just the thing. It's like, I'll be rich forever because I could just bulk up any of this shit that I want. You know, with exceptions of some things. I mean, but I have 4,700 hours of fucking materials here. So that's where you're, but you don't need that, is my point. You know, you can go and you can collect microscopes and you can break it all down. And you can bulk that shit up and you can put it in your vending machine. You can have 5,000 caps in an hour. You know, there's always, and I can't even use this yet. So, but I don't have a high level character anymore. I already got a little bit of this. I bought the Chemist Backpack mod. I've already got some of this going on from running the new Neurological Warfare. But that's where we're at. We're back on a brand new character. We're gonna play Lone Wanderer. Right now, the only thing I have is the knife, and I always do bare fist or melee up until 2030 anyway. So we're in that phase right now anyway, where I'm just buying cards that are gonna be relevant late game. Like Serendipity, I have 2 ranks of it because they've dropped, but I haven't bought them. Because this character won't be bloodied for 300 levels. But that's where we're at. So I'll just make periodic pop-in videos, and I'll talk about where I'm at, and I'll share little tips, and that's what we'll do. So until the next one, I've been 7.